All right, we're back here with another tactical tip Tuesday. I'm super excited. I have Mr. Mike Hanna on the line. He's the CEO and founder of TrueSpot, and he has something that's really cool that I was super excited to find out about. I've been talking about this for a long time as far as transparency goes, and I thought about a long time. The first thing I really thought about was Domino's pizza tracker. And I thought about how in 2008, when they introduced the Domino's pizza tracker from 2008 to 2017, Domino's stock went up 5,000%. And it wasn't because they introduced transparency, it was the perception of transparency. So Mike and I had a conversation at Digital Dealer, and we have a mutual client, and we started talking about this, and we were right next door, Mike, to each other at Digital Dealer, and you never told me about this. So I'm a little upset about that. But it took Jonathan Schumacher to get us together to tell us about what you have on the fixed up side that is just absolutely fascinating. And I want you to know, I don't normally bring guests on tactical tips to talk about the products. I like to bring content and stuff like this, but this is so incredibly cool and it's so incredibly needed, and there's nobody else to talk about it. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Brad. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Jonathan's a great guy. And this is breaking news. And so we've been working on this for a while. So I apologize. We didn't talk about this specifically at Digital Dealer. But the short of it is, we've actually been pulled into this side of the house from on the fixed op side with a lot of our existing dealer partners, and effectively what we do, just to kind of give a quick high level, is we have a real-time location services system. We track everything on campus and off campus: keys, cars, dealer plates, make all that stuff so you don't have to look for it, waste time looking for it, and all that kind of stuff. So obviously, fixed op side, the velocity is just like 10 times faster, at least, than on the variable op side. And so there's some challenges there to implement what we do just administratively, but we've solved those. And so effectively at a high level now, we're rolling this out and we're announcing it. So this is kind of breaking news from your perspective, but we'll be announcing it formally at NADA this year. So that'll be kind of our coming out party with what we're calling Fixed Ops 360 and taking that capability to the fixed ops side of the house. But lots of just huge interest, and just to your point, it's something that's been a big need for a while. But you had to have the technology to do it, and then the operational implementation to make it really, I would say, administratively conducive to the velocity on the service drive. So we're super excited about just being on here to be able to talk to you about it and catch up. So
this is insane, guys. So the customer will be able to track their status through your fixed ops department and know what's going on. So what we're up against, and we're looking at auto repair facilities and we're looking at Jiffy Lube, no one gets pissed off at Jiffy Lube because they can see people working on their car. No one gets pissed off at Krispy Kreme because they can see the donut going down the little thing and they know it's going to be hot when they get done. So if you have things in there saying, hey, we're double checking your brakes to make sure you're safe. Hey, we're done to do this. And it not only has transparency, but it also ties into safety for those individuals. And it ties in and it shows you where things are at. And it tells some of the steps that they might not know that these technicians are doing or these people are looking at. And there's a disconnect there because they can't see it, right? They can't see it with their, now they can. Now they have a perception of transparency that lets them know what's going on in that process. And I think that's so huge. I think that's a big thing, a big problem that we're up against on the fixed op side of things is that transparency. And forever and ever, you have like Speedy putting cameras in bays. You have all these companies doing, we have companies or dealerships that send videos from the technician, which is great. But what happens after that, right? And that's what this solves, that problem. And I think it's so incredibly, I know when I was in a dealership, we've used you guys for a long time on the TrueSpot side just to track cars and track stuff. I actually caught a thief that way, which is kind of cool. So that's a story for another day. I'm sure John Luciano would share it with you. The guy Dukes the Hazard's car over the gate. So it'd be a good little story to maybe have me on so I can tell it to you one day. You use that for some
yeah.
marketing.
Heard that story, yeah, absolutely.
But I'm super excited to have this. So I'm sure they can come see you at NADA. We'll be out there at NADA too. So if you can't find Mike, come see me. I'll take you over to him. Tell us a little bit more about some of the updates that you get throughout that process.
Yeah, so yeah, in short, a couple of things. How does this thing work? And so with this location campus, real-time location services network that we put in, we can get very specific on understanding where assets are at, cars and keys. And so if you want to know that a car's in a particular service bay, that also is not only location, it becomes what we call geo-intelligence. And so that service tech that's in that bay is assigned. We know that he's working on these particular ROs, let's say. And so all of that process can be kind of conjoined together. And so you have a lot of intelligence that the location can drive for you. So, things like the easiest one is once the car hits the wash bay. And so, that thing's now been through service, gotten everything that it needs to get done, and now it's going to get washed up. And so, service advisor, hey, this car is in wash bay, and and we can integrate and take that all the way to the customer, or just the service advisor now having the insight to say, oh, let me pick up the phone, very easy, call customer, Johnny Smith, and say, hey, car's going to be ready in 30 minutes. Or if they're there on site waiting, then all the better, because they're sitting there working or doing whatever they need to do, and just knowing that car is now right at the end. Do I need to take that other call while I'm waiting in the lobby, or do I have time to get in the car and get going? So that's the and you said it better than I ever could, as far as that insight, that ability to understand where the car's at, and the waiting process can be just so much more smoothed out, and the transparency that comes with that. So we're super excited to really bring it out in full force.
So here's the cool thing that you're going to be able to do throughout this process, which is really, really valuable information. On the sales side, we always have all these stats, and we're able to track everything. We're able to do stuff. So what this is going to give you the ability to do, which is really kind of cool, is you could see how long each job takes. You could see how long it takes in each process of the thing. And then you can see where maybe your bottlenecks is in your service department. So there's a couple different ways on this product to really kind of narrow down and get some transparency, not only for your customers, but for the store, right? On how things happen when the service manager isn't there, making sure that the service advisors are pushing things through the process. And it kind of creates this other level of accountability within the store, because everybody that touches it, where it was at this time, how those people are scheduled. And I think I think the more accountability and the more transparency that we can have within the store and with our customers is a win for everybody. So Mike, if they want to reach out to you, my friend, what's the best way to do so?
Yeah, best way. And one other quick thing just on the accountability piece. So we've seen it in action. And so our True Recon tool, it has the same geo-intelligence. So managing that recon process through the service drive or the service side of the house, and all the way through to the front line. So that ability to have that location, just to your point, it creates a whole level of new level of accountability and insights from a management perspective. I think it's a game changer from that perspective. For me, I'm really easy. I'm just Mike at TrueSpot.com. And happy, TrueSpot.com is the website. And happy to talk and just learn more about anybody's service process, how we could help, and you'll be a part of just being a good partner. So.
Well, Mike, I really appreciate you coming on here. It's always nice to shed light on people that are doing fantastic things to push ahead the service side and the fix up side of things. It's really, really important. And I think we're bringing the dealerships and trying to take back, what those independent repair facilities steal from us. So I really appreciate you, my brother. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Love what you're doing.